Hi everybody. I decided to make a quick video today because I had to take time off from driving to take care of other business related to the old car and getting that finished up so that it's done and I don't have to deal with that anymore. And also dealing with Department of Education loans that are still outstanding and that I'm working on paying for. And at the same time, trying to deal with getting an item on my credit reports removed because it's not mine. So it's been a busy day. I haven't gotten everything done. I wish I could say otherwise, but this is just how things go. And so I had to lose a day with driving for all this, and I'm going to try not to lose a whole day tomorrow. I still got a little more to do, but hopefully I can have that done in less than an hour, so I won't have to lose much driving tomorrow. But otherwise, I got pretty much of it done. You notice this shirt here, it's because without the shirt there, my phone is reflecting a dark image, which means you wouldn't have been able to see me. Putting this shirt in the window is what made it possible for my camera to be bright enough for you to see me. So that's why it's there. Lighting is really a funny thing when you're living in a car, I'm telling you. Anyway, so I don't really know what else to add. I really didn't think out what I was going to try to put in a video today. Other than I have been watching Katie's videos, and she has a lot of interesting things to talk about, and I'm telling you, I love watching her videos because she is so enthusiastic. Well, except for when she's down. And when she's down, my heart just goes out to her. I wish I knew what to say that would help her feel better, but I know there isn't anything I can say. I have to let her just go through it, and that breaks my heart. Anyway, so the subject she was talking about earlier today was about dealing with your car and what happens if you have to leave it in the shop and this and that. And apparently she's been very fortunate to not have to worry about leaving her car in the shop for days. And I'm supposing that she does the required maintenance, which certainly helps. But I'm here to tell you that the longer you drive a car, the more prone to breakdown it becomes. Things wear out, especially when there are constantly moving parts, like in an engine or a transmission. And at some point, she is going to have to deal with an engine breakdown. She's going to have to deal with a transmission breakdown. And not because she did anything wrong, just because it wore out. Now, maybe by then, she'll decide she's ready to trade it in on another car. But she was talking about trying to keep this thing till it hits 300,000 miles. Well, I can tell you that I've got 120,000 miles on this Forester right now. And most of it was put on there before I got the car. And it needs repairs that I can't afford to make to it. I'm just thankful it hasn't broken down, because if it does, it's not moving. I've got insurance, so I'd at least be able to get it towed somewhere. But I don't know what I'd do after that, because I don't have the money to repair this thing if it breaks down. So I try to drive it as little as possible. Do most of my driving in the other car, driving for Uber, which does help. It keeps the mileage down on this car a little bit. But my advice to you, Katie, is keep after your car. Take it into the dealership and have them put it on the diagnostic and look at it, just to make sure that a problem doesn't develop and you don't know about it, because most of the time problems develop and the check engine light doesn't come on. Okay? Those things are called idiot lights for a reason. Okay? In the old days, it was said it was because only idiots would bother to look at a light. But that's not what it really is. What it really is some idiot decided that a light was better than a gauge. Yeah, you have to know how to read the gauges, but that's not that difficult. And if you have gauges and you know how to read them, you can pretty much tell when your engine is starting to have some trouble. The electrical gauge will tell you if the battery is properly charging or if it's improperly discharging, or if there's any other kind of a short in the system, or if anything is open in the system, because the needle will tell you when something's not right. The oil pressure gauge, all you have to do is look at it from the time you start driving the car. And if the mechanic says the engine's in good shape, then you know what your oil pressure should be. If it ever goes down, you know you're in trouble. If it ever spikes and goes up, then you got another problem and you definitely need to take it into the shop. Right? For the water temperature gauge, it's really just a matter of where it sits normally. If it starts going up, then you probably got a leak somewhere. Right? And you really do need to watch that, because if the engine runs too hot, it can burn up on you. Right? And that's really the rudimentary gauges right there. The tachometer and speedometer are basically related to how fast the engine is running, tachometer, and how fast the car is moving, speedometer. And those are pretty much self-explanatory. And by watching them when you're driving, you have a pretty good idea of how fast your engine's running to go a certain speed. If you ever have to start going higher revs to maintain a speed, then you need to take your car in and get it looked at. Right? So it's not like it's really that big a deal with gauges. They sound more complicated than they are. Idiot lights, on the other hand, are completely stupid. They don't tell you anything. The check engine light applies to the engine and the transmission and the differential if it's a rear-wheel drive car, or the transfer case if it's a front-wheel drive car, or both if it's a four-wheel drive car. So with all of that going on, check engine doesn't tell you a damn thing. And by the time it comes on, chances are you've got so much damage that it's going to cost you a small fortune to fix it. That's why you go in and have your car checked at regular intervals. They can put it on their computer. Well, this is newer cars. The older cars don't have computers, but most of the cars on the road today have a computer in them. So you get it put on the computer tells you if it finds anything that's not right, and then the mechanic can tell you what you're looking at, if everything's okay or not, if something is starting to go but you still got time, or whatever. But at least you've got an advance warning. So always do that. Don't leave anything to chance, because if you wait until the check engine light comes on, you're going to be spending some money, and chances are your car is going to be in the shop for a while. And that's just the way that works. So that's my advice. I don't know if Katie watches my videos or not, but if she does watch this one, then she can take it for what it's worth. You know, if it's worth anything to her. Same for anybody else watching it. Whatever you think you're getting out of it, cool. Otherwise, I am on the slow road back to health financially. Hopefully in another month or so, I'll finally be back up to a point of pretty much where I was before the transmission problem in the Altima happened. Hopefully. Then after that, I've got to pay bills and still try to save money to get off the street, because I don't know how long that's going to take. And I'm telling you, it's getting very tiresome sleeping in a car and driving all day, and not having a place to be able to work on things like my records. I've got so much work I'm behind on that I can't do because I don't have any place to do it. Okay? There's a lot of printing I need to do that I can't do because I not only not have a place to print, I don't have a printer to print with. So I'm behind in a lot of ways, and it seems like every time I'm at a point where I could start catching up, something puts me further behind. So I'm working on it. we'll see what happens next. On a different note, I am hearing from people how difficult a time you're having hearing me. I'm really sorry about that. I'm not whispering. My phone just doesn't have the best audio system, and I'm having to upload these videos raw. I can say that when I play it back on YouTube, the volume is low. When I put my Bluetooth on and listen to it through the Bluetooth, I can hear it fairly well. So if you have Bluetooth or you have headphones, try plugging them in. Might help you hear better. Otherwise, please forgive me for the stupid audio quality and the lack of ability to edit videos and make them better. I'm just not in a position to do it yet. And I think I'm going to call that done for the day. Thank you to all my new subscribers that have been subscribing. I have not yet made a list of who all my subscribers are, but I'm going to, because at some point I want to include that list of people that have subscribed to me, so that you know I'm acknowledging you. I don't want you to think I'm ignoring you, because I'm not. For those watching this video that aren't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Tap that bell icon to get updates every time I upload a video. And if you like the video, hit like. Love you guys. Have a great day. God bless you. Bye.